All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. So I'm checking on this 3090 rig. This is 3093, and I noticed it is not on a good container. They have been low on good containers, but my other 3090s are all doing $5, or at least almost $5 a day, and this one says 1 to 2. So I'm gonna give it a re-roll, is what we like to call it here in the business. So we are going to pause it until idle, and we're gonna go over here and click on restart. We're gonna let that rig restart, boot back up, and then we will go back, start salad, and turn it off from pause when idle to chop now, and then let it pull in a new job and hopefully get a better job. Let me flip the camera around and explain why sometimes this needs to happen. All right, so while that rig's restarting, the way these jobs work, at least from my basic understanding, is you get sent a container, which is, you know, that file that goes, the ext file that goes in the WSL folder inside of the program data, salad, blah, 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 blah. But while you're working on that job, it stays there. So if you get distributed a bad job because there's not an influx of good jobs, then you might be stuck on that bad job until it's done, or that bad workload until it's done. Some people don't like that I call them jobs, but I kind of like calling it a job more than calling it mining, because it's not mining, it's actually doing a job or a workload. So that's why you might need to kick it off of that bad job by pausing it, restarting it, starting it back up, and then hopefully pulling in a good job. The dream is you pull in a really good, you know, for a 3090, above $5 a day job, and it's a long job that needs to be held for a long period of time. So then you want to have Windows updates off, and you want nothing to interrupt that job, so it can just keep working it and working it and working it, and then you keep it. Because if you end up having a problem and you lose that job, it goes to somebody else. So there are supposed to be more 90 series jobs coming online. So 3090, 3090 Ti, 4090, basically 24 gigabytes of VRAM cards. I noticed my other rigs picked up good jobs this morning. They're both $5 a day. I'm hoping I can re-roll this one, get it restarted, get it fired back up, and get a good job on that one. So I'm gonna give it a few minutes, and we'll be right back. All right, so everything started back up. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna pin salad to my taskbar, so that way I can just click on it down here and give it a second and let it launch. We'll open up our task manager, and then let's set salad back to chopping. Chop now. So it is going to take a little while. Just keep an eye on it. Look and see if your second Ethernet connection pops up for the WSL. Look and see if your memory starts ramping up. Those are the telltale signs. And you can go over to processes and look for VMEM. That one will pop up and start using the most resources on average. And that's normally when you can go down here and look, and it'll have a container assigned. But if your memory is increasing, then that normally means it's loading it in. So just now it's the waiting game. 10:29 a.m. Let's see how long it takes to get another job. Oh, we're out of focus. All right, guys, so I came back to the computer. It has been, what, almost an hour now? And look at that, 237 to 509. By the way, the estimated payout here, you typically get right at the higher amount if you run for the full 24 hours with no issues. The lower amount, or if you get lower, you may have had, you know, internet issues or system issues, or you may not be performing as well. If you're undervolting anything and trying to save power, but it hurts performance, that will also hurt your payout. But yeah, 3090s, it looks like all my 3090s are on $5 jobs. So this is 3093. Let me go over to, this is 3091, and look at that. She's actually cooking. She's on a $6.24 job. And the way we talk about the jobs typically is on the high end. we don't talk about the low end just because, you know, it would be a lot harder to keep up with. So max earning potential is definitely what we're interested in here. So $6.24 on 3090-1, and then 3090-2 is on a $5.12 container. So we are cooking, ladies and gentlemen. This system did have a stick of RAM go bad, so I'm only showing up 56 gigabytes instead of 64 because I had a bunch of 8 gig sticks in this one. I don't know why it went bad, but it was Team Group. And funny enough, I just watched the Mining King. Shout out the Mining King, go check him out. He's got a lot of good information on AI. You know, we're putting up workstations, compute stations, and also Salad, and he had some Team Group RAM die as well. But he had a 16 gig stick die, and it bumped him down to 48 gigs, and then he was not getting the bigger jobs on Salad. So I wonder if there's some difference from 48 to 56 gigs. It is interesting. But anyway, guys, I'm just keeping it short and sweet this morning. I will see you guys tonight, and yeah, y'all have a good one. Adios.